The interview we've been waiting for. Ta-da! Likey is here.
Yes.
Remember Likey? Remember when they first called you Likey and you heard about it? What did you think?
I love
13K
Likey.
episodes later.
I love you, Likey.
You like Likey?
I liked it.
Did you like Likey?
They would have called it Mikey, but it sounds just like Mikey.
Somehow I've been left out of this, so it needed to be Likey.
Okay, how many episodes do you think you've been in of the 13K? I'm sure everybody's asked you.
I have
Tracy?
to IMDb myself.
Go IMDb. I'm going to do
But
it
is
later.
that correct?
Okay.
I don't know if it's
think-
even correct.
I think
It seems
it's-
weird.
I don't know, because then you've got my B&B
How many years have you been on the show?
42 in January, but remember 4 were B&B.
Okay, but so how many episodes usually might you be on per year?
I would have no
I
idea.
You're in the
public
you're in the
Michael.
Yeah, wow.
Thanks.
Let me see. Carry the 2. Oh my God, carry the 2 and then just smile.
Boy, that Likey's sure stupid,
Honestly.
but simple math.
Right. Capital of Georgia.
capital of Georgia.
Yes. The
Why not?
square
Do you
root
know?
of what is?
Yeah, Augusta. What else you want to know, Fairman?
I'm starting to sweat in my pleather.
I know the pleather.
These are the hard questions.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they paired you up, you wanted to work together,
Yes,
right?
it was
We
all right.
So
did.
when did they finally say, guys, guess what? We are going to do this.
It was Jack Smith who finally said, "Okay, let's try it."
But they thought we looked like we were in love,
Yeah.
wasn't that? Yeah, before we started.
But you were playing that, right?
Yeah.
'cause we
She
wanted
used to, because I was mooning over Christine at the time. But
Mooning?
Lauren
You were
used to come-
going
yeah.
through-
We had just broken up from being engaged. No, you know
Through
what?
the wall?
Get your
Were
mind.
you engaged through the wall?
In the wall.
Tap twice if you love me.
I'm like, hello.
Look, there's an unmarked grave somewhere. Who are we to judge?
Yes.
But they put Jack
No,
Smith?
before I was still, we had been engaged. Lauren Lee and I were engaged, remember? And then we moved on, and Lauren would just make fun of Michael mooning over. That's how it started.
Which was so much fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
and then
Snarky.
And that he liked
and,
that.
and then how we got together is because of Greg, Kevin, kidnapping, being in love with Lauren, and I always say that when Lauren offered to pay to get Kevin out, and I couldn't get the money together, that's when it changed into something more.
And then we had to break up.
Nobody wanted them to break up. There was hell to pay.
But for Kevin's sake, we had to break up.
Right.
And then we couldn't do it. We
That's
couldn't be
right.
apart.
That's right.
Right? And nobody wanted to see remember, wasn't there like the
Oh,
fans
no, when
were
the
not okay with
bartender
it?
came into town. That's a whole nother.
That was-
Carmine.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, in a drag
Marco
club,
Dapper, right?
A drag club in Toronto.
A drag club?
You know this
I was
story.
there.
No, you weren't this, but it concerns
Part
you.
of the storyline?
No,
I
but
was
because
there in Seattle.
because when we were close to divorce, and they, Canada is a big place. We were doing one of the teas. We walk in, all of us walk into this place, and they're just lovely, just treated us like a king. And then it was, all of a sudden, a drag queen in a bustier and a beard came out, and they started lip syncing a Michael Lauren scene. Now they didn't.
What? How do
and
I not
at
know
a certain
this?
point, and it was the divorce. It was about the divorce papers, and all of
Oh,
a sudden
divorce
she rips them up in the scene, and the drag and papers fall from the ceiling.
Why couldn't we have done that here?
Fall from the
I
ceiling.
love that.
But that's how.
Why was
popular
she
that was.
having sex with Marco Dapper?
Why?
What was her?
Would you question that?
No.
Okay.
I'm just asking you
Yeah.
why.
I'm
Just
not you to
asking.
In the
judge.
story.
We were having
Oh,
problems
I know what happened. You
A
turned
lot-
your back on our son,
Yes.
who was having legal problems.
That's
I was
right.
tough love, and
Right.
she was.
And he was letting him go to prison.
So when you do
and
that,
I
you
went-
run to Marco Dapper.
Exactly. If you
Don't we all?
turn on our child, I'm going to find a bartender. I'm just going
Yeah.
to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, she-
One of the better 13,000 episodes. stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
or give or take.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we love anything as long as we can do something emotional and fun for us.
It was hard. I mean, remember
was very
we had
hard.
to talk to you about that.
yeah.
Where we had lines we were running in our room,
Oh, yeah,
in the
we
dressing room,
barely
and
make
we're
it.
weeping, and it weren't because we wanted to give what a married couple, a long.
That's what was
married
good about
couple,
it, was a long-term
is that
married
you
couple.
save up the nastiest things to say. You wouldn't say it to a stranger, but you will say it to the person closest to you. And they gave us such wonderful
It was Josh.
fights.
It was Josh Griffith
Yeah.
that wrote that storyline, which I thought was incredible, and he really wrote it so
It
beautifully.
was like, scenes from a marriage or a marriage
Oh, yeah.
story.
Like
It was like
scenes
that.
from a
It
marriage.
was,
Yeah,
it
definitely.
was very difficult to do, but it was so honest, and you could only be honest when you did it. And we had to prep, get it all out of your system in the dressing room,
Right.
and then walk out there and have at it.
And it was so funny because I walked out of his dressing room all, emotional, and Amelia was coming down and she was like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" I could barely say I'm rehearsing.
Yeah.
We were rehearsing.
It was really
very
great
hard to
stuff.
say.
All right, so the best part of being on the show is,
I get to work with the best people.
and you, the best part?
Yeah, now I really set you up.
Take a
Gotta
look.
say Bregman.
You got to say the leather.
The leather.
Look, you
The
take the
leather.
turban, I'll take the leather.
Well, the hotness is the hotness.
The hotness, and it is a company of players, and who do you get to work with for 30 something years in my time, and the continuity of it, and the intimacy with the fans, and the storytelling you're able to do over a span, because we've talked about this before too. Who took on AIDS before prime time?
Right.
I was the sexual harassment storyline. I mean, drug addiction, all these things that you're able to deal with rather than primetime, because you have this wonderful long story arc, and they know you intimately, and you can take them step by step.
Plus, as actors, you look into each other's eyes and you have history, which, when you start a new show, you have to create. But we don't even have to create it, it's right there.
You're wrapping me. It's
I
wonderful
saw
to
it.
see.
I saw the arms
The arms
flailing
flailing.
back.
Thank you both so
We
much.
love you,
We love
Michael
you.
Fairman.
Thank you. Thank you.